Here's something I thought I'd pass on to you while we have a break in the weather. It's been raining here all day and calling for rain the rest of the day. But anyways, I wanted to do up a rack of ribs. I got the ribs rubbed and ready to go, and I thought maybe I'd get lucky and beat the rain, have the kettle all ready to go. But it didn't work out that way. It started raining just as I was getting ready to put the charcoal on. So what I do in a case like that, now this is for low and slow, and this is using my method of starting off a low and slow cook, which is I only start to cook off with 5 to 10 hot coals. So it works out really well with that. I wouldn't recommend doing it with a full chimney of charcoal. But what I did was, it's 10 coal in there. I have one of them Weber paraffin glass cubes underneath it to light the coal. And what I do is I offset the lid, and that allows the smoke to come out. And the reason I don't have my fuel supply in there yet is it was raining pretty heavy when I did this. You get the oil going down in there, and you don't want to get your charcoal wet. So that's what I do if it's raining. So I thought I'd pass this on. I'll have a break in the weather. So if you want to low and slow some ribs or pork shoulder and it's raining, using this method anyways, because you're not putting a lot of coal in that chimney. You don't let the rain stop you. Alright, here you go. The ribs have been on for an hour. I'm sitting about 2 1/4. It took a lot for the temp to climb up. I had to open the vent a couple times because it's so damp out. But yeah, you can see it's raining pretty good. But the ribs are on, and I'm barbecuing in the rain. Okay, here we are a day after the rain. Since the sun's out, I thought I'd pass on a couple more tips in case you're interested. Now, if you need a hotter fire than you're going to get by starting to cook off with just 15 hot coals, what I do is I place the 15 hot coals on my fuel supply in there, and then I just offset the lid and open the top and bottom vents fully. Now I offset this over here because the charcoal will be over on this side, so any water getting in will come down in here. It won't hurt anything. And just let that sit there for a while and allow your hot coal to ignite your fuel supply. And once that gets good and hot, then you just place your lid back on it, and then you should have the temp that you need. So if you want to do like maybe some chicken or a pork fatty or a meatloaf or something like that, and you need 3 1/4, 350, that's how I would get the temp of the grill up. Or if you have a second charcoal chimney, you can put a second charcoal chimney in there. That works also. Now, if it's raining real heavy and your food's sitting right here and you have your vents wide open, if you need them wide open, just offset your lid so the food's sitting here and any water getting in, which usually don't get that much. But if it's raining really heavy, just offset that lid so just enough it's not touching that coal that it runs down into the kettle. Or you can even place a aluminum tray or a metal cup or something in there to catch any rain that's going in there. And something else you should be aware of when it is raining real heavy like it was yesterday, and it's real damp, a lot of moisture, is it takes a while longer than normal for your kettle to come to temp. And as far as vent settings, now on a low and slow, like yesterday I wanted 2 1/4 to 250. I usually start to cook off with my vents just cracked top and bottom, no more than 1/4, and within about 20 minutes it stabilizes. But yesterday it took an hour for me to get this thing up to 225. I ended up running the vents with the top and bottom both at half, and that kept it between 2 1/4 to 250. So keep that in mind when it's raining real heavy like that and there's so much moisture that you're probably going to have to open your vents further than you normally would on a nice day. My concern with having too many hot coal in the chimney when using this method when it's raining, setting that in with a lid on, is when your charcoal sitting in these charcoal chimney, all your heat's concentrated in one area. And if you have a full chimney, all that heat's being distributed straight up. It's not like if you dump it, when you dump it in the kettle and you spread it out, it's distributed evenly, and so the heat's distributed pretty evenly. Here, this stuff's going to be funneling straight on up, and when it's sitting in the kettle, it's the top of that chimney is going to be pretty close to your lid, and I have no idea how much hot coal that'll take till that ends up blistering the finish on these lids. And plus, if you have any creosote built up inside the lid, that could ignite that creosote also. And last thing I want is someone sending me a message saying, hey, gee, thanks, I ruined my lid. It's all blistered and ruined now. So that was my concern about starting to cook off with too many hot coal in the chimney.